uh, my brothers and sisters and my friends, I came back for the second part, which is now we're gonna talk about self-empowerment. Power, 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 power. Nice word, isn't it? When you have your power, your self-belief, your culture, your tradition, and when you defend it so much passionately and with equality with everyone, with the whole world community, that's called power. Power. you know, uh, all this about our Eritrean mythology. This gentleman, Dr. Abaisa Gebreyesus, he wrote a lot of it. Some of the imagery that he tried to depict are his own imagination. Okay, so we are our clan is called Arbat Asmara, Berhenet, Betasmai, and so our clan say our mom was a lioness, my friend. Okay, so because she was brave, and we got our brothers and sisters in Arbat Asmara, in Ghana, and all this area in after Zula, and Komijorot area, and in Berhenet, Arbat Asmara, everywhere, my friend. We are everywhere. Okay, so this gentleman, the cover of his mythology book, he put this our mother with her three cubs. So he put them bare body, like naked the kids, like so he made her like a nymph, and he made them like this cupid and satire and everything. Well, it's good and bad, because from the traditional and from the conservative value of our society, we are extremely kind of like really suffocated from this Greek Coptic kind of church, and there is no room for you, my friend. You get isolated and ostracized entertaining such an idea. Okay, so that's the negative side of it. Like everyone views you like, oh, these people, my friend, why don't you put them like clothes on kind of thing, like so that's really damaging when it comes to Eritrean and Ethiopian culture. But in Europe, it means, my friend, it's a fertility. The lady is so much fertile. She's got so many beautiful kids, fertility, like so you got all this European Greek literature, all the enlightenment. That's how it's seen, which is good for us because we are in Europe, But I was feeling a bit kind of thing, like how this gentleman just put that thing, and it wasn't right, but that's his. Because I was, anyways. So the lady who put that paint is in Europe, in Italy. Okay, so that's her imagination. I don't know why, how that idea got conjured in her mind. That's her imagine. Obviously, she must have some kind of like this idea, vague idea. Maybe she has got some, really nice looking males, maybe some women. You never know. So he put that in his cover. It's not his work. Somebody's painting art like this Leonardo da Vinci, kind of like, Venus and Mars. I mean, that's who we are, my friend. What do you expect? So, that thing I said about the creed of the assassins, it was done by Marco Polo. Okay, Marco Polo was Italian explorer, the first European who went to the court of the Persian and all the Mongols. So he put all his observation there. Okay, so that was after that the Europeans knew about the Far East, China, and everything. So that's how it started. Okay, and the other thing is I did say about the Europeans idea they go about us. They say, all these people, Eritreans, Ethiopians, they eat raw meat, they eat all this, awful kind of, really awful kind of thing, my friend. You Europeans, okay, you Scottish people, you eat haggis, and nobody's judgmental about you, like, it's easy, nothing. And the funny thing is, these Europeans, my friend, they eat each other when they're on bed. They eat raw meat, my friend. And nobody said to them, like, of course, we cannot be judgmental. Like, we are very fair people, We don't say anything, like, we don't say these Europeans, like, they eat raw meat. That's raw meat, my friend. They don't put in even antiseptic, all that kind of stuff, like, So this is called defending your culture. So this is racist kind of prejudice that they have towards other people to make us so feel like, really feel inferior, very low about ourselves. Okay, this is kind of like this tactic is the whole idea about if you want to take people's power, why you just make them feel inferior, as if they are savages, nothing, people eating raw meat. Okay, it's really very lovely, we like all the intestines, everything is really yummy. The funny, really worst thing is, my friend, when a man eats a flesh of a woman and woman eats flesh of a man, that's the worst disaster, my friend. And I mean, if you like, that's really, I mean, we're not judgmental, like we don't judge them, like that's their culture, and we don't say anything, like so this is a kind of thing, power of your idea, your culture, your norm, your tradition. They always try to make you feel so low and so small, and they make themselves so much exaggerate, so big thing about themselves, So that's something I want to say, because this mythology that we got about in our culture, this gentleman has documented it. He wrote it in Italian language. Some of the excerpts are written in Tigrinya, which are very fine. This is in Italian. I think this is for his books are for the Italian audiences. So nowadays we go Google Translator. I did translate it because I was really feeling uncomfortable with the picture depiction that he used on his cover book about us, my friend. Okay, and I was saying like, why this man, like So when I found out it was not his art, it was written by an Italian lady in Europe. Obviously, this is racism, my friend. This is prejudice. Okay, to make other people feel really bad, and all the people, they ostracize them. All these people, because we are closer to the sea, my friend. Okay, when you are closer to the sea, what it means, my friend, in ancient times we never had aeroplanes and everything, like so people were traveling everywhere from my area. So you get your mules and your camels, like everything. So you go to the sea, and we were being connected everywhere in the globe, my friend, to the Mediterranean countries, to China, India, everything. So now we are highly communicating people. We communicate with the whole world. Okay, so because we do get all this culture about the Europeans, about the Far East, about Asians, about Indians, Chinese, the Arabs, the Persians. So we are highly kind of like cosmopolitan kind of, even though we are a small area, but highly accessible people, like because that's relationship, my friend, very busy traffic. So so this thing, obviously, I think the lady, she's an her book cover, the depiction of the picture is something like just to make us feel like we are just always thinking about sex kind of thing, my friend, which is not us. But it's good. It did work out very well for us, like so. Sometimes you just take the the risk or the problem into positive thing, like so that's how it is. And I was feeling really very uncomfortable about that, like because this is like that's the kind of Italian missionary kind of thing writing they put so that you can't get isolated by other people, like you go all these Muslim countries, like these creed assassins, like they always try to make you isolated kind of thing, so that they can look in the mountain, and they just hide all the women, and they make you suicidal bomber, because they block you having access to all the women. Then what you become is just really terrorist, going shooting everyone, so you become a terrorist, my friend. So we are liberated people, my friend. We love our women, the women love us, like we always caress each other, like we are everywhere together. It means nothing for us, So when we see a woman, we don't go jumping over her and like just feeling like to eat her or maybe killing her, like no, we are extremely homogeneous people with in terms of gender and everything. So that picture is really dangerous, but this is about defending ourselves, my friend. That's called power in English, in Latin, my friend. Okay, so I put all the mythology cultures that we got in Eritrea. I did convert it into English, which is that. This is going to be extremely very helpful for our kids, because most of the biggest books are written in Tigrinya, which is very difficult for our kids, and they don't kind of fit into the world kind of psyche. The fact that this book was written in Italian, it's easy to convert it to English. So it's got about nymphs, it's got about Cupids, or about this satire, and all these women, like, you know, they come into your dream. It's really beautiful people, like, you know, beautiful ladies, and you go all the gazelles, my friend, you know, all of the. When I was a kid, we used to hunt some gazelles, my friend, you know. That's like how beautiful our area was. So I'm not gonna talk too much. I just put you the link in English, and you have a lovely weekend, guys. Okay. See you guys. Allora.